Hey, welcome! Today, we are going to talk about one of the most classic tools in data visualization, the pie chart. We're going to show you how to turn a simple list of percentages into a powerful visual story that, really makes an impact. Let's dive in. So, it all starts with this one big question. How can a boring old list of numbers, just sitting there on a page, actually tell a compelling story? Well, the answer is visualization. It's the secret sauce, the bridge between just having data and actually understanding it. And that's exactly what we're trying to build today. To make this all feel really concrete, we're going to use a simple, easy-to-grasp story. Let's take a look at the case of King Solomon and his plan for distributing 1,000 gold coins. This is going to ground everything we learn in a super clear example. Okay, so here's Solomon's plan laid out as a simple list. He's putting 40% towards trade, 30% for building projects, and the last 30% for the temple. The numbers themselves are clear enough, sure. But it takes you a second to really see how they all relate to the whole thing, that full 1,000 coins.
And boom! This is the magic of a pie chart. Suddenly you get an instant feel for the proportions. You don't even have to think about it, you just see it. Trade is obviously the biggest piece of the pie, and building in the temple are equal, smaller parts. The story becomes visual and it's immediate.
So, the big question is, how do we get from that list of numbers to this really powerful picture? Well, it turns out there are two main paths to creating the perfect pie chart, and we're going to explore them both. On one hand, you've got what I like to call the artisan's way, making a chart by hand. This really forces you to understand the math behind it all and connect those numbers to actual physical space. It's a fantastic fundamental skill. And on the other hand, you have the modern method, using a computer. It's ridiculously fast, easy, and gives you those polished professional results that are perfect for reports. All right, let's roll up our sleeves and start with the classic method, using just a compass and a protractor. Honestly, doing it by hand like this is the absolute best way to understand what's really going on inside a pie chart. So, here's the secret sauce. The most important step is turning your percentages into angles. You know a circle has 360 degrees, right? So to figure out how big your slice should be, you just need to find its share of those 360 degrees. And the formula is super simple. Just take your percentage, turn it into a decimal, and multiply it by 360. That's it. Let's apply that to our Solomon example. For that big 40% trade slice, we take 0.40 and multiply it by 360. And that gives us 144 degrees. That is the exact angle we need to draw for our first and largest slice of the pie. So the whole process is pretty straightforward. First, you convert all your percentages into degrees. Then, you draw a nice clean circle with your compass. Next, you whip out the protractor to measure and draw each of those angles. And finally, the fun part, you label and color each slice to make it all clear. Okay, so that was the careful manual process. Now let's flip the script and look at the speed and insane efficiency of the modern method. We're talking about a tool most of us already have on our computers, Microsoft Excel. This is a practical skill you'll use all the time. And you will not believe how simple this is. You just type your data into two columns, highlight it, click Insert, find the pie chart button, and bam, the chart is just there. It's instantly created. From there, you just spend a few seconds customizing the title and colors to make it look sharp. All right, so you now know the two ways to build a chart. But let's back up a step, because before you can even make the chart, you gotta have the numbers. Let's do a few quick-fire practice problems to make sure that foundational skill is locked in. Ready? First one up. Daniel has 800 silver coins, and he invests 25% of them in trade. So how many coins is that? Next challenge, Sarah has 600 units of grain, and she donates 15%. How many units did she end up donating? See, this concept applies to way more than just money. And one more for good measure. Abraham has a flock of 900 sheep, and he gives away 10% of them. How many sheep is that? Okay, let's see how you did. Here are the answers. Daniel invested 200 coins, Sarah donated 90 units of grain, and Abraham gave away 90 sheep. We also threw in a couple others. Rebecca saved 60 coins, and Jacob used 100 bricks. It's the same simple math every single time. You just multiply the total amount by the percentage. So what's the big takeaway here? You now have the power to turn a list of raw, kind of boring data into a clear, visual story, one that anyone can look at and understand in just a few seconds. That's a pretty cool skill to have. At the end of the day, a pie chart isn't really about the math, is it? It's about clarity. It's a tool that helps everyone see the big picture instantly. It's about taking what you have and understanding it wisely. As it says in Proverbs, the blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it. Understanding what you have is the first step,